Hello, I'm Neil Cobb, and I'm going to provide you with a very short overview of the SCAN portal, the features of the SCAN portal. The SCAN data portal hosts most arthropod occurrence data for North America and some data outside of North America, but specimens are housed in North American collections. In addition to SCAN, we have a new project, Lepidoptera of North America Network, and it shares the same data portal as SCAN, so you can go to either one and essentially get the same information. The primary difference between the two is on the front page of LepNet, we have LepNet specific information, and there's a few other pieces of information that are Lepidoptera specific that you don't find on SCAN. But generally, if you get the same information going to either data portal. So first off, to be able to get the most out of searching for information on the portal, it's good if you register and then log in. And here I'm logged in as actually a super administrator, so this is what you see if you have access to everything. Essentially most of the valuable information is found on these tabs on the top. You can also go to sitemap and view a lot of the same things and a few others in a drop-down list form. But like I said, most of them are on the tab. So probably the most used tab is the search tab, and that's where you can have two different searches, one where you just search the collections through text search, and another one where you're shown a map and you can draw polygons around and select what collections and taxa that you want to search for. Dynamic checklist is a specialized sort of legacy type of search. It opens up into a map, and you can search for taxa across a radius, an area of interest. And then the Taxonomy Explorer. This is basically the taxon table for SCAN, which includes all arthropods. Images allows you to search by collections and taxa for all of the images that are found on SCAN. We don't have that many fauna projects, but there are at least some fauna projects. Probably the most extensive is the National Park Service. So all of the national parks that we have any data for have a research checklist. And probably the most developed, what I imagine, would be Nika Franz's Weevils of North America checklist that allows them to basically document in one checklist all of the weevils found in North America. The statistics page allows one to find out how many records for collections, and you can select one collection or several collections, or you can select all of the collections. You can, if you have a data management, if you're manager of a collection, you have the capacity to select by a certain taxa, let's say Lepidoptera, and by country, and then you run the statistics to determine. I'll do this very quickly for, let's say, Antweb, which is actually a fairly large collection. I believe well over 500,000 ant records. And it will show you here we go. Yeah, there's almost 600,000 specimens. 92% of the specimens are georeferenced. We don't have any of images linked to these records yet. And then it shows the number of families, genera, and species. You can also load stats on a yearly basis and see when these records were loaded. This is called the collection we have from AntWeb is a snapshot collection, so we just periodically load data from AntWeb when we think there's new data. I believe we do it once a month. And yeah, so this shows the records that are produced by AntWeb on a monthly basis. And you can download this as a CSV. Let's move on to the next tab, Other Networks. The Other Network shows all of the other Symbiota portals, and most of them are plant-based Symbiota portals. Scan is an arthropod-based Symbiota portal. Symbiota is the software platform that all of these portals run off. And then we also have links to Atlas of Living Australia, GBIF, iDigBio, and Species Link from South America. Work with Scan essentially takes you to our WordPress site, our Drupal site, our project site, which provides how-to guides, communications, taxonomy annotations, questions and answers. It's a site that we're going to upgrade to WordPress. And so it's somewhat of a legacy site right now. Most of our new information we're putting on our LepNet project site, since a lot of this things that a lot of the same types of information are used regardless of whether you're working on Lepidoptera or any other arthropod group. And so here's where most of the our new information is being put up, and we will eventually create a new Scan WordPress site. And then we have links to Symbiota, the Symbiota WordPress site, and specifically how to get general help on Symbiota. And then if you want to post a question to the Symbiota Google group, this goes out to everybody. I think there's well over 100 people that are in the Symbiota Google group. It's a self-help sort of collaborative. And then contact information. So that's it for a general overview of the site. There are a few other things that types of information that you can get at that you don't have to get at through these tabs. For example, you can type in a taxon search, and so I'm going to type in Carabus, and this will show all of the pictures of Carabus. And if we view parent taxon, it will then show all of the Carabus species that we have any data for. And so if we don't have any data for a species, both the image and the map available will be completely blank, versus ones that we have lots of records for. So Carabus scorii, and we can click on the Open Interactive Map to see more specific data points. It's obviously an eastern species. Let's see, how did I... clicking on the... typing in a taxon into the into that little taxon search box is great, especially if you want to look at all of the species in a particular genus. It will show you all of them. And then, like I said before, the sitemap gives you access, let's say, to the Darwin Core Archive, so all of the collections that are publishing their data out of the portal. It'll show you some, if you're involved in any inventory projects, which projects you're involved in. And this is basically a lot of this is super admin status. If we go to the Darwin Core Archives, There's approximately 80 collections in Scan right now, and these are all of the collections that are serving their data from Scan. And I think that's it for this overview of the portal.